Okay, we're going to produce a top 10 or a top 20 or really whatever top number of a pivot table that you want to, and it's very simple to do that. First of all, you have to decide what you want to base that top 10 or top 20 on. What value do you want to base it on? In this case, I'm going to look at the top vendors, and I'm going to base it on their top sales, the top sales of their products for this year. So that's how I'll determine which are my top vendors. So the first thing I'll need to do then is to pull that value onto the pivot table to be able to select it. And so I'll just right click here on the vendor names, show the field list, and find that field in this list here that I want to use. In this case, I want to use year-to-date sales, so I'm going to base it on the top vendors based on their year-to-date sales of their products. So I'll pull this down into my value box here, and that adds it as a column on my pivot table. And with that now added onto my pivot table, I can simply select on this sort and filter icon in the heading, the row labels heading, and first of all decide which field do I want to base this on. It could be on the vendor name field, or it could be on the item description. I have both of these in here. I'll choose vendor name, and then I want this to be a value filter, and it's called a top 10 filter. So I'll select that. And now I'm just going to simply decide how many I want. So if I want the top 10, I'll leave it like it is, and I'm going to base it on the top 10 items. I could be the top 10% or the top 10 sum. I'm going to use just the top 10 number of items based on the year-to-date sales. I could drop this down and base it on any of my columns here, the turns or the dollars on hand, but I'm basing it on year-to-date sales. So when I click OK, I'll get a list of just the top 10 vendors based on their year-to-date sales. If I wanted to be top 20, all I have to do is go back here to the top 10 filter list and change the number. So now I've got a top 20, and I'll just pull out the top 20 vendors based on their year-to-date sales. So that's how you could select a top any number that you want based on any value. It just needs to be part of your pivot table.